Show a little bit on how to maybe use a rope. A lot of people aren't very comfortable roping just because maybe they haven't done it very much, or they don't think they're good enough. So we're going to kind of show a couple little tricks about using a rope to catch a horse that maybe is a little difficult. A lot of times you get little young ones like baby weanlings or babies or even yearlings that haven't been taught how to catch very good, and they're still a little bit worried about things. So we're going to kind of show how to get maybe one caught that's maybe not quite ready to walk up and put a halter on. And a lot of times people worry about trying to get them around the head, and I don't try to rope a horse, especially these babies, around the head sometimes, especially if they want to stick their head in the corner. It's kind of hard to get there. You know, hard to get that rope around their head when their head's in the corner. And this one kind of likes to stick his head in the corner a little bit sometimes, so we're going to kind of just show you with this one, even though he's a little bit bigger. What I do is I just get a big old loop, and then I just toss it around his butt. Now you wouldn't think you're going to be able to catch him this way, but you want to get it around his neck, and as long as you got it over his butt, if you just kind of walk up here, and a lot of times when you go to walk to their head in a stall, they'll try to get away from you, so they'll back up. So we'll get him to back up a little bit. So that's something we'll teach some people, especially if they're raising a few horses and maybe they're not the really good ropers and they need to catch something. You know, most of them can just get a big loop thrown over his butt. He's in a stall, he's not going to go anywhere, especially if they're little. And then you just kind of work them back and forth and just get him to back up through the loop, and then you have him around his head. And the horse doesn't get head shy from the loop going over his head or hitting him in the head with the rope. And then you go around. So that's kind of a way that a lot of times we kind of teach people that aren't familiar with ropes, or they're not maybe really handy at roping one, and especially in a stall where it's hard to swing. You know, you can't get a really good swing. You can just kind of lob it up there and throw it over his butt and get him to walk through it. So that's the first kind of trick we'll show you. And you can take a piece of light duty twine or dental floss or a piece of hay twine, or even just like a stiff wire hook, and wire it up to your your side of your stall or wherever you got. He doesn't even know he's in it yet. And then as he starts to go forward, he's going to be pretty quiet about it now. But you can do that. Just most people think when they see a rope, they see somebody roping them in a rodeo arena. They'll see somebody chase something down and rope it. So they think that's how it's supposed to be done. And really, it's about getting the noose over his neck. How you do it, you know, is really up to you, and there's not a big place for us to run in here, so we're not going to chase one down and rope it in a stall. So if you just hang it up on the thing, get a little loop there, kind of have him go around you a couple times, hang it out there, his head goes through it, you pull tight. It's a lot easier way, but what happens is people, they've never thought of it in that way, so they just escapes them, you know. Then they go, wow, that's easy, you know, why didn't I think of that? So okay, so that's kind of a couple different tricks you can use.